coming up next.
When it comes to their field goal percentage, 29th. When it comes to struggle, 30th in three-point shooting percentage too.
You saw Steph on the bench. He's here, but he's still sick. Brandon, Jimmy Butler with Kuminga, Draymond, and Quentin Post. AK that offensive rebound. Draymond the trail three. And another loose ball just kind of laying there. Nembhard did not play in the game in Indiana. The Pacers won 114-109. But I don't think I'll ever forget. But Indiana is going through the year the Warriors went through after they played Toronto in the finals. I remember that. They were 15 and 50. Steph was hurt. Clay was hurt. Durant had left. As Post hits the three, Indiana's got half their rooms out for the year. The Warrior fans know exactly what the Pacers are dealing with, coming in at 1-8.
And for all their players, it's just about keeping a good attitude. Everybody knows what the deal is. Isaiah Jackson guides that one, and two defenders stay with pick and roll. So have you worked on your pick and roll defense lately is the question.
Yeah, and you're done with the season series with Indiana after the night. JK returning it. And Post couldn't quite finish it.
Oh, Jarris Jackson rotated over.
He hurt. We mentioned that on November 1st. Draymond to beat the buzzer, hits a corner three.
You know, he's
telling you, Draymond's three-point shooting, 45%.
He hit some big ones against the Nuggets.
Made 5 of them.
They just couldn't get stops in that game late, especially. No, that's a lot.
It is. Jarris Walker. You can't say Jarris Walker, Aaron Gordon PTSD. Kills the Warriors. That 50 ball played the other night. Jimmy Butler with the mid-range.
Well, that's foot. He's not shooting it as well as Gordon is right now. He's around 30% three-point range.
Nembhard, a couple of years at Gonzaga, and rimming that one in. He's just a quality your team. You're in good shape.
Well, wait till he drives to the basket. He's looking to dish out punishment. He's such a strong driver, physical offensive player.
And that's not the shot they want Kuminga to take. He got fouled, but JK's been so good moving the ball and attacking the basket in the early part of the year. Illness-wise, because you've got OKC and San Antonio in a back-to-back on Tuesday and Wednesday. As Kuminga misses both free throws.
It's such a marathon of a season, and there's going to be injuries and little bruises here and there. You're just spending a lot of time with the training staff.
He's not Aaron Gordon. Long pass and
some great under out of bounds plays.
Butler and Post, a little two-man game. Jimmy getting to that mid-range again. Shot clock at 11, taking his time. Post getting all he can eat.
Well, Isaiah Jackson's just, as far as Quentin Post is concerned, and Draymond did the right thing. You didn't really have much going there. So he broke the paint, really threatening drive, and make Jackson at least help a little bit as you get a little deflect the whole game. You should be okay with where you end up.
Jay up out of the corner. Kajemski coming back for the rebound. Warriors have been good defensively at home. They've done everything well at home. They haven't lost in this building. But on the road, I want to mention some lapses. Show and go Quentin Post.
Told you.
And Kuminga missing that three. Draymond tipping it up.
Post, everybody's going to respect that, especially since he's already made some threes.
Exactly. Kajemski taken away from Walker. And Brandon, the easiest bucket of the night.
They make them call the first time out. 13-4. Jerry Stack. Love that double team the Warriors threw at him right before that timeout. Eventually, you're going to have to rotate out of that. So make sure you have the rotations down.
Walker couldn't get it back to Jackson and threw it away. So closed off that passing lane.
Well, they rotate.
Obviously, one of the twins, he and Caleb. He played 5 years with Charlotte, straight with Phoenix, and that was
Nembhard is strong down there. He's not easy to post up.
Shepard couldn't finish, but the follow nicely by Isaiah Jackson.
When they're able to force turnovers, you better believe they're posting up because he's smaller, but he fights in there. He's scrappy.
Mark Few taught him how to play defense. Kuminga will get to the line, and there's the difference. The double team fadeaway he missed from 10 feet. This is the Kuminga we've seen more of this year on a beautiful 15 points a game, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, 83% from them.
But this is one of the stories of the season. The young guys, including Kuminga, how long do you want, or is it after 5 rough games? You need that type of consistency, especially from that part of your roster.
Buddy Hield's first playing time. This out of the corner by Jeremiah Robinson Earl, former OKC, dealing with Draymond. Draymond, the decision maker, got caught up in the air. Dembski there to bail him out. Shot clock at 4.
I'd like to say, here's where you figure out how you deal with their pressure. They're kind of desperate right now. They're down big early already in a hole. You know they're going to get more intense defensively.
Tim Harden, Ben Shepherd up top. Good movement to Bradley. And Shepherd will launch the 3. Kuminga coming back to rebound there. He didn't get it, but allowed Post to get it because of his effort.
That's the commitment to it.
AK on Martin. Getting inside with the left hand. Getting his own rebound. A lot of contact inside, and Kuminga and the jump ball. And Martin will jump it up.
He never gave up on it. He showed the patience. No one was
Against the Warriors. And that's what's so frustrating. The Pacers are so banged up and missing so many players. They lost last night in Denver. You even have them on a back end of a back-to-back. Robinson Earl is fouled by Buddy Hield shooting a 3.
So I told you, eventually they're going to have to rotate out of that double team. They've committed to double.
Villanova, the 32nd pick in 2021. Jeremiah Robinson Earl.
Kind of a Swiss throw out there. He'll rebound whenever he gets a chance. Whatever the coach needs. It's interesting with this Pacer team. Three-point shooter for his career, so you got to watch where he is too.
Monte Morris was such a great backup in Denver. Jeremiah Robinson Earl reminds me of Kyle Anderson.
Kind of,
yeah. I mean, just
in that in between.
Yeah, he's 6'9", but he can shoot it. He can defend, and super solid Swiss Army knife. I like how you said that. Buddy back to Draymond, and we've got. It's going to be a blocking foul.
Wow, that is fortunate for the Warriors because that was going to be a turnover.
I waited for Courtney Kirkland there. He had the whistle with the young guys because he had the 24 and 28-point games against Phoenix and Sac. Shot clock at 2. Podziemski's got to make something out of nothing. That'll be Warrior ball.
And then even in your bad games, are you impacting winning in some way? Are you defending at a high level?
Buddy Hield with a good look. We'll send Monte Morris into the front court. Morris was so good as the backup in Denver. He's been looking for a home kind of since. Back. I'd like to see Horford hit a couple shots. He took all the right shots and Sac couldn't get any of his threes to go down as Podziemski misses there.
All he can do is keep taking those shots.
They were the right ones.
It has to be taken.
They were open.
You can't hesitate. Eventually, he's going to start knocking them down.
Shot clock at 10. Morris on Butler up top. Morris on Moody. Shot clock at 3. Martin had got the hand grenade and 24-second violation, and the Warriors were around there every time.
Perfect defense. They almost switched everything.
I think it's a huge part of the game, creating plays, creating offense for your line mates. I think it's really important just to kind of create momentum for your team, and we've been able to do a lot of that recently.
What's it like being a teenager playing professional sports?
It's the best. It's the best life you could ask for as a teenager.
That's awesome. First year in the NHL to what you've taken from that year into this your second year. How have you grown? What have you learned about yourself, the game, everything, from your teammates, whoever?
I think it's similar in basketball, the 82-game schedule.
To do this is they have a dad road trip where the players get to bring their fathers on the trip. How was that with Rick?
It was awesome. It was awesome. That was my first experience with it, and I mean, just the way the organization sets it up. With you see the guys how committed they are to their craft and how they work for it. So I think it's just being around those guys and the effort that they put into it definitely made an impact on me.
Blocking foul as Spencer will shoot 2. How about when the Warriors were in Chicago and came to see you when you were playing?
Those guys out.
So.
Yeah.
Go ahead. No, so how are you feeling about your squad right now? Obviously.
Recently, I think stuff's starting to gel, and it's a good feeling when you're starting to get wins.
How often do you visit the dentist?
A couple times, but one not too recently here.
Yeah, that's one of defensemen that get down on power plays and want to try to...
Yeah, no, it's not fun.
I mean, how early did you embrace the physicality and the toughness aspect of it? Because everybody talks about hockey like whenever Podziemski gets hit in the schnoz or Pat Spencer takes the ball, we always compare him as Jimmy Butler gets to the rim. We always compare him to you guys and the tough game-by-game basis. How early in your career did you embrace that part of it?
I think it's kind of the culture. You kind of see, I mean, the guys you look up to play through injuries, whether it's playoffs or just to be out there with their team.
Score. You got to have a few guys that have, you know, have your back a little bit.
Oh yeah, I mean, last year we had Barkley Goodrow, who's also on our team this year. He did a lot of that, and
few bites and anything is possible.
Moses Moody kind of an excuse me foul, trying to body up on Nimhard.
But I was just up there with
Sugar. You got Sarop Shop. I mean, there's so many places now around Thrive City and around Chase Center.
The Warriors have gone into a zone here. Draymond helping recovering in the middle, trying to get back to Huff, but he was able to gather it. Take his
Huff splitting that double team. So it's Draymond and Quentin Post with Pat Spencer, Will Richards first playing time, Moses Moody and Huff. Monte Morris. Spencer knocked it away, didn't foul him. Nimhard the open three. And Draymond and Jay Huff start grabbing each other.
Draymond's holding on for dear life there. Really athletic, and remember, they're all trying to get to the glass. Defensive rebounding is not going to be easy.
Here's active hands, but it ricocheted right back to Indiana. Nimhard shot clock at 2. He'll call his own number. Huff. That's enough of Huff.
Well done, kind of.
Buddy Hield. And how about Quentin Post with the pass back door?
Well, Buddy Hield, he's moving without the ball. Defender was behind him. I told you he's dishing out. Did you see that?
Yeah,
Nimhard bracking people on the way to the rim. And people bounce off of him. It's always like this.
Pat Spencer went the other way. And did the Nash where he went along the baseline and waited for someone. And Quentin Post cut nicely.
And Pat Spencer has really middle, and you can use Quentin Post kind of like that as a hub. Give it to him in the middle, initiate the movement, cut off of him.
That guy can really distribute the ball, makes you way more dangerous.
And that's why you don't have to go for the all time. When you have that many guys that can make that great of passes, and if you move like that, you won't have to try the tough passes. The easy ones will be available.
Warriors are 5 of 8 free throwing. Post 1 of 2. Shepard missing the Buddy Hield, Kuminga with Post. Will Richard and Pajemski. Quentin Post, a deep 3. Buddy Hield with the rebound. Buddy Hield, Kuminga with Post. Will Richard and Pajemski. Quentin Post, a deep 3. And Matt Callio. Matt Callio is Canadian. That was the most respectful back and forth on a foul call ever. Buddy's such a nice guy. Can I really foul him? Yes, you did. Okay, thank you. That was the end of it. Shot clock down to 7. Sidestep 3, Monte Morris, and he buries the triple. Indiana is not going away. When you beat the team, 6 straight to get the Warriors again.
There's some confidence built up.
Pajemski and a nice feed from Kuminga.
All he had to do was just touch, and the guy who was supposed to switch onto him was going to be behind.
Walker thought about the trail 3, and then the floater. And that's the way Kuminga's rebound. K's got 5 boards tonight.
Pajemski's wincing a little bit. Hopefully he's okay.
He's playing with that left wrist wrapped. Richard, high, arcing 3, halfway down and out. I don't mind the Warriors' shot selection tonight at all. There's not a lot of them going in. Isaiah Jackson.
See, Nimhard does a great, and when you do that, things just kind of tend to open up. Al Horford just kind of got caught in between, too far off, and Pajemski took another hit. And I told you, you compare Pajemski to a Macklin.
There's not a lot of back and forth. He's good at his job, and anytime you're in the league 26 years and Courtney's 76 players,
process,
yes, they do,
to become an NBA official. Strenuous.
Kuminga ahead of the key 3, and this has been rugged.
That's why I said you can't rely on your shooting to figure out if you're going to win games or not.
Buddy Hield, nice strip.
Your intensity defensively has to be consistent.
The lob, and now dunks are being missed.
Well, that was going to be a tough finish. You just want to catch that one and maybe come down with it if you can. Let's see another day.
That's a 5-point swing. You don't capitalize on a layup. Kuminga, nice pass to Will Richard. And I can't wait for the Warriors to switch baskets at halftime.
The best rated burger in fast food with more beef than a Big Mac. Keep up, Ronald.
He's shooting 61%.
Yeah, that's a big time. Yeah,
the best on the team.
Well, his shot selection is so good because hitting open shots.
Knock down both free throws. Catch and shoot for Shepherd, long and strong. Now Horford. The Warriors put a couple possessions together. Jemski, cycle it. Good shot to great shot. Not paid 0 for 3 from deep and 0 for 5 in the game. Now Horford had it hit the backboard.
By saying that,
Warriors at 33%, the Pacers at 36%. Nothing's going in.
Both teams are having to fight frustrate. Turns it over.
That was off a foot, but it wasn't kicked. Toss back to Nembhard. Size up the rookie Will Richard. Clock at 10. Shepherd tracked it down. And Shepherd denied by Horford. Shot clock at 3. Nembhard's got to launch a 3. And no issues with the Warrior defense and rebounding. None. It's this end. And Buddy Hield laying it up and in.
Forget the play, forget moving it around. Beat your man, make a good solid move. Buddy Hield's capable.
Wanted to get it to Shepherd. Thrown away.
This game is prowess rubs off on the Warriors, but
and hopefully he's healthy before he starts hugging a couple games.
Yeah,
he's been sick, but looks a lot better today.
Well, the Warriors' offense has been sick, so just let him touch the river tonight.
So Kuminga, Podziemski, Jimmy Butler, Draymond Green, Quentin Post to start for the Dubs. Podziemski. I tell you, is Nembhard not involved in every collision? This guy's amazing.
He's even though it was too high.
Foul there is Isaiah Jackson with Jarris Walker, Jay Huff.
But immediately, though, one did a little too much.
They only committed 6 fouls in the first half. So I said the Warriors really good at not giving Indiana extra opportunities.
And set a really good screen. Kuminga got hung up. I'm going to try to fight through that. Fight over that a little more.
Post, a little show and go, setting up Podziemski. The recovery by Ben Shepherd was excellent. Shot clock at 7. Kuminga. He's just not had it tonight. All of those 7 shots have been threes.
And don't be afraid to show and go on those ones, too, as they stop Walker from scoring.
Kuminga on the baseline, back out to Post.
Draymond wanted that, cut into the basket.
And Post just walked Shepherd in and put it up and in and drew the foul. Yeah, how about that for Quentin Post? Second more
pick and roll defense like he's displaying right now.
Did not let Nembhard get all the way to the rim there. Shepherd setting up Nembhard, shot clock at 7. Post makes him take a very deep 3, and he lasered it in anyway.
Can't do anything about that. Everything there, he had to work really hard.
Nembhard was 1 of 9 shooting in the first half, but has started with 2 made threes here in the third. Quentin Post. And he was going to,
before he makes the shot,
he was trying to speak a made 3 into existence. As Huff missed that dunk, was not fouled.
Quentin Post is like, you'll get nothing.
Podziemski missing the 3. It is a Clays here. Indiana 34%, Warriors 36%. And Podziemski with the foul. And Huff off the line. Sets up Shepherd for 3. So Indiana starting to make shots. And this
3 Warriors commit, including the shooter.
Dubs have lost 4 out of 5. They've squandered some winnable games already in the early part of the season. Let revenge drive something.
Kuminga's got to start now.
His shot selection has been very poor tonight. 1 of 8 and 0 for 5 on threes. Jay Huff missing there. Draymond sends Butler. They always find any kind of rhythm where Jimmy just saying, I'm going to start taking things over. Second rebound off 2 misses. Podziemski will get to the line. That's all just Butler effort right there.
That's what it's going to take.
$350,000 guaranteed giveaway. Saturday nights, November 8th through 20.
Points with his 2 rebounds. Drops in both free throws, make it 7.
Warriors going to be the first team to find some traction on both sides at the same time.
Yeah, so now Indiana's bottoming threes. So yeah, 6 for the Pacers here in the third.
They've gotten off to a great start in this quarter.
12-point lead is gone. And Jimmy Butler got
those Jimmy Butler ball screens. Just let him attack those bigs, jump into them.
flatten out Nemhard to midcourt. Shepard out of the corner. Tipped up and out. Rebound battle. Kuminga, quickest man to the ball. Kuminga, nice pass to Butler. There you go.
Nice.
That's J.K.
Made the right read that time.
Nemhard, Quentin Post just went straight up, and he made it anyway. Andrew Nemhard is on a mission here in the second half.
Told you, he
had 4 points in the entire first half. He's got 8 already. We haven't even played 5 minutes here in the third. His only 30-point game of his career was against the Warriors here at Chase Center. And Butler will go to the line.
I just want Jimmy Butler to regulate season of it, so they're just kind of used to it.
Right. So when Butler's missing 2 free throws, and you got a foul in the basket, will pick up the personal.
It's just kind of an excuse me one. Jeremiah.
Robinson Earl didn't settle for that 3. That's what he does. It was a good pass today.
Wow. I was about to say overheld, but he made up for it. He got back.
Butler down the lane. Jimmy Butler. He's doing everything right now. He's got...
And rightfully so. His team needs him to be that way.
Cycling to Shepard for another 3. Kuminga flying back in for that rebound, but didn't get it. Robinson Earl. Mid-range pull. Draymond smartly tipped it. Went up with stops. Can you unlock things offensively? It's been a rugged night shooting the ball.
Might as well go back to Jimmy Butler and his ball screen. Nope, they want Kuminga to go.
Got Bradley on a switch. Bradley sent him away.
Get in there and throw ball fakes, pump fakes. Let the big man jump, step through him, show your game.
Letting Nemhard be unfun. Jay Huff rattling in that 3.
That's where the rotation comes in. You throw 2 guys at Nemhard. Huff has hurt him a little bit here and there.
Whether it's in Detroit or Dallas, Indiana,
slow pace, fast pace. And the Warriors have done an okay job taking care of the ball in this game. Only 7 turnovers. I should have said it.
There's the turnover.
I'm sorry.
That's low to Quentin Post, and Tony Bradley will get to the line.
I apologize. That's uncalled for.
As a player or a teammate, what are you saying? What are you thinking right now?
Well, this is a good time to just huddle at some point, whether it's during a timeout. So a good double team on whoever to just keep your energy up and then rotate out of it is never a bad idea. And
Coach, because Jimmy is sitting and you're trailing now.
Especially with this lineup, you need to know what you're running. Be decisive.
Moody missing that 3. I mean, the Warriors can 5 of 26 on 3s. Monte Morris. Moody stayed in front of Jarris Walker nicely. Jarris Walker with a very tough shot. That is a great sequence of defense.
Mama said there'd be nights like this where you just have to find a way before you go on the road. This long 6-gamer. Take care of business here.
So Quentin Post having a night. He's got 14.
Back in this zone for the Warriors here. It's like a matchup zone.
Here's Walker. Get Bradley in the middle, and then cutting back door. It's Robinson Earl to lay it up and in. A lot of times that base up to the Warriors go offensively here, though. Yemsky with the shot clock at 10. Looking for a little split cut action. Work on Monte Morris and put it up and out. Moody, great hands to knock that away. Will Richard finding Pajemski. Sidestep, open 3. They cannot, that's an air ball. You gotta be kidding me right now, the Warriors shooting. Moody, Moses at 45%.
Success, and if you don't have anything else, a Jimmy Butler ball screen.
Jimmy is plus 15, best plus minus of any player. Oh, and cut back door by Will Richard.
He cut in between his 2 teammates, and that defender couldn't stay with him.
Butler knocked that away. Butler is ahead of the pack. Jimmy to dunk it down. And the player, coach, and as a coach, you were 3rd all-time till Nelly passed him in win totals, and then Pop surpassed both of them.
Oh, yeah.
Absolute class guy. We're going to miss Lenny Wilkins.
Great basketball, respected all around the league.
Horford with the block on Jackson. Jarris Walker's got a good look at a 3.
It's always tough to get out to that 3.
Warriors have had the edge in second chance points, 17-8 now. Can you put Indiana on tilt? You got up 14. Horford's got another 3. Al is out of 5 attempts.
I said, when in doubt, go Jimmy Butler ball screen. And the ball screen was so good, Jimmy Butler was getting downhill. Jackson, Horford's defender, had to help off of him.
Robinson Earl missing that 3. Rebound.
Jimmy Butler's laughing. Okay, you can have the rebound. My goodness.
Richard bringing for himself.
I told you.
The confidence. I'm going to steal your word.
He does some audacity. A little step back.
Isaiah Jackson dropping that in.
No, he just, all right. He finally found some rhythm offensively.
Rudy and Butler, a little two-man game. Richard cutting again.
He's such a good cutter.
So what makes someone a good cutter?
Just understanding when it's your time. You read the defense, you read your teammates, you figure out when to go.
Well, you said it perfect. You don't want to cut if Jimmy's iso
Or go late. And there's sometimes where the play will dictate it.
Richard wanted to.
It wasn't a play. He just read it.
Will Richard with 9 off the bench. This rookie is something. Nimhart mid-range. Rims it home.
You get to applies, you have more time. You don't have to go super fast. And I think Nimhart is there. He's just taking his time.
Not going to have Halliburton all year, so Nimhart is trying to rally the troops and lead the way. Butler strength on strength. Jimmy's getting...
It's like, Nimhart, yeah, you're strong, but you're still too small. Expose him down there.
Nimhart with that shoulder. Will Richard recovered. Isaiah Jackson, nice dive cut to finish.
You got 2 defenders get that big going downhill with some momentum. It's tough to stop.
Yeah, Nimhart, he had 13 assists in that game his rookie year. As Horford's now railing every 3. 4 of 6 for Big Al.
He set that screen for him. And Jimmy Butler was looking for Al Horford the whole time.
Nimhart, off iron there, and then 5 for the... Horford, 39 years young. Rough shooting night in Sacramento, not tonight. Butler to Richard again. Loose on the deck. Harris Walker, denied by Horford and Moody, fouling Robinson Earl as he laid it in.
Robinson Earl they're going to be ugly like this at times. And it takes some mental toughness to grind your way through it and find some traction like the Warriors have now.
Any game you win without Steph is exceptional. The Warriors were 7-5 last year, I want to say, without Curry. Tic-tac-toe, Draymond to Will Richard. And that knocked away by Jackson. Shot clock at 7. Podziemski 3. Hitting post, another opportunity. Podziemski was fouled there.
Come off those ball screens. He's fighting over the top. Just stop before you think he's going to.
4 free throws. Maybe not the prettiest, but it can be effective.
True. Rotating off of those double teams.
Brandon got an extra opportunity. The reason I brought up the free throws, 34 free throws. That's a good thing. And that can help you withstand some very ugly shooting nights. So Earl and traveled.
Only 1 for 4. Like, right. It wasn't like he got there 10, 15 times.
I'm looking for a split cut. Podziemski fading behind the backboard, and he's got 11 now. So 5 Warriors in double-figure score. 21-5 Indiana run to win that game. Right now you built the big lead, and it's a matter of just salting it away. Richard inside.
And you're just going split action. A lot of teams have been guarding him with small.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to seeing the Warriors' strategy against it. They put it on the Rockets there in that second half.
And Shepard missing that 3. The Aaron Fox, Stephon Castle, Devin Vassell. Like, oh man, the Spurs are loaded.
And OKC is still really good. That's all I got to say about them.
They are a machine. Shot clock at 6 and projecting, but
true.
This is a monster trip coming up.
The road has been a little different. You're going to learn a lot about yourself on this trip.
What do you think that was tipped in by what's the psychology of a baseball series? Day off in the Spurs again. What do you think about that as a player?
Well, I think you embrace that. You love it that you don't have to travel anywhere. You can kind of get comfortable. And there's so much you have to deal with. But, first things first, OKC.
Jansky bottoming at 3. Brandon's got 14. So Peter just checking in. Peter missing that. This is, after making the finals, exactly what the Warriors had to deal with when they lost to Toronto. And everything seemed to go against them the following year. Moody, great hustle for that rebound. Draymond to catch that, but he was fouled. I talked to TJ McConnell before the game. You're going to get him back. He might be the best get back.
Oh, that's huge, yeah. That's why De'Aaron Fox was saying he sat out a little longer because he's heard of so many.
His kick and field goals. That's what the Warriors did tonight. Trace Jackson-Davis in. Moody to lay it up and in.
So you mixed in some pretty plays.
I remember back-to-backs, playing at Oracle and getting to Denver and going to bed at 4:30 in the morning.
Oh, those are awful.
Will Richard, the steal and the finish for the rookie. Will Richard is something. He is Pat Spencer and Buddy Field. Gary does what he does. Perfect. Off to OKC in the defending NBA champions. The Warriors and the Thunder have had some amazing games. We'll have that for you on Tuesday. TJD, and the D stands for
Stuff huffing the basket.
Grace stepping into the passing lane. And he pulled down Talon Peter, so he's going in the 50s. The draft is remarkable.
The more teams that pass you up, the bigger the chip is.
In Argentina, find this Manu Ginobili guy who, oh, by the way, he's in the Hall of Fame. He's that good.
Big time career.
Incredible. Ray J. Dennis hitting that 3.
I would say Ray J. Dennis has that old man game. Kind of wise beyond his years.
Santos, a good look at his 3. Game. They are going to think about the defense, the not fouling, the taking care of the ball. The effort on the defensive end never wavered. You said that in the first half when it was pure ugliness offensively. You just said, keep guarding on the other end, and they did.
Well, you can turn an ugly night into a feel-good night if you bring it defensively, as Guy Santos gets in on the act.
He's like, I'm
sitting on the bench the whole game, come in, just be ready to shoot.
Santos. Excellent fourth quarter for the Dubs. Jay Huff missing there.
The Pacers had to feel like there were 8 Warriors out there. The Warriors were just everywhere defensively.
TJD and opportunity for a 3-point. Warriors center spot. And you obviously have Draymond at the speed 5 when you need that. The Warriors center spot's in pretty good shape.
There's nights like tonight where you feel really good about it.
And then Peter missed that 3. Powerful. There's no doubt about it. Unexplained. And Buddy Hield, nice cut. Pat Spencer reward.
KC will not. That's the great thing about tonight.
One of these times we're going to go no jacket.
Hey, man, yeah, that's fashion. Just had like a walk-in during the game to the broadcast booth.
Talon Peter out of the corner. Double figures. And the Pacers have finally lost at Chase Center. Man,